without some significant pieces. And away we go at Barclays Center. Marcus Smart and the Celtics will control. Smart will handle the primary point guard duties with Kemba Walker out once again. Jimmy for Boston as Smart gets up the first shot. For Boston, their 30 N.B.A. playoffs as we continue on here. And for the Celtics, they're without some big pieces. There's a block. And the Celtics with Tatum at the controls. Went for 50 and 40 in his last two games.
And Tatum, circle, trying to get a straight line drive against this Brooklyn Nets defense.
James Harden guarded by Romeo Langford. Second consecutive start for Langford. On the take goes Harden, scores.
Just trying to, well, a challenge for anybody, trying to keep James Harden in front of him, in particular when he gets his head down and he's determined to get to the basket. And speaking of which,
Brooklyn won game 1 and 2. Scored 130 points in game 2. Celtics had a surprising victory in game 3. Came off the deck to win their first game at TD Garden. And then the Nets won.
Close out games, B.A. We talk about it all the time. How difficult they are, despite maybe having more talent with the Nets. You still have to match the energy of this Boston Celtics team early on. They're not going to go without a fight.
It's going to be fascinating to watch Langford tonight. Guys like Langford joining it with some of their younger players hitting Pritchard on the three-pointer. So the Nets are 0 for 4 from behind the arc. Marcus Smart will let one fly. Consecutive threes. Going back to game 4. Thought he was fouled. Harden on the take. And Harden for Brooklyn. Just 3 for 8. Now Tatum kicks it. Marcus Smart open again. And he misses again. Up ahead on the run. Ahead on the run out is Kyrie Irving, who
dunked the other night, two-hand, and that one showing off his bops just a little bit, like throwing it down without touching the rim. I love it.
Evan Fournier. Fournier coming to the Celtics from Orlando. Harden gives it back to Harris. Harris on the drive. And Harris.
8 years later, back in 2013.
Yeah, you don't know how things change and play out. Now, keep in mind, Boston been through some things, injuries that kind of curtailed around. Boston had all those young, had the momentum going. But now it's the Nets that find themselves in a position to really, really compete for a title this year.
Now Sean Marks coming through that Spurs organization and getting a chance to run
that off. That was, I even amazed myself on that.
Here goes Kyrie Irving. And Irving.
You know, back to that Sean Marks, and I'm happy for Sean, because Sean and I, he's one of my 800 teammates. You know, I had 800 teammates. I played for 12 teams, but we were together in Miami, and just
Landry Shamet pulls down the rebound. You got to wonder if Smart is starting to get in his head with all these missed threes now. Smart continues to struggle. He's 0 for 4. Pulls down the rebound. This game all tied at 19 as we get to the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. In game 4, Boston led by 1 at the end of 1. Tatum shakes Claxton. That's a big. Landry Shamet for 3. And back tap to Kyrie Irving. This will be a third chance here. Now Johnson, the lefty.
Had a hand in a couple offensive rebounds.
Oh, denied by Durant. Neesmith going to the rack, and Durant with a block. In transition come the Nets. A lead by Harden and Durant. Only option now. Jaylen Brown out for the playoffs. It's a huge loss for the Celtics. Tatum's had to do it mostly by himself. And Durant has been one of the primary defenders on him, especially in crunch time. Oh, some nifty dribble.
Your major ball handling scores, being excellent free throw shooters, is always a positive.
Offensive rebound.
The last 30 seconds, and you have the timeout. But we have to be able to get out in transition and try to sneak some baskets to put some points on the board.
Yeah, on the front line, you'd like his few possessions.
He's a very capable scoring, but he hasn't been in the lineup that often. So Boston has to figure out ways like this maybe to get out in transition.
And just like that, last night with the Wizards and the Sixers, Brooklyn trying to put the Celtics away and advance to round two and a date with the Milwaukee Bucks as Evan
sitting on the pine trying to get a little rest.
There's Landry Shamet, and off the second-year player, but it feels more like his rookie year. And Fournier late in the clock comes up short. Thompson been dealing with a lot of injuries. Had a right knee injury. Missed the first 32 games. Nice find. And the Nets are up 8. Harden with the assist. Harden's got 6 assists already. Peyton Pritchard.
Again, they scored too well in their half-court sets as it is and giving up shots, and that's a nice block by Langford.
Langford going up there with Claxton. Saw Jason Tatum ready to check back in. Griffin will join him. Pritchard, bullet pass out to Jabari Parker. Going back the last 6 seasons.
Yeah, but that right there is a little skewed. Like, numbers don't tell the whole story. Look at the teams that, and look at the teams that, and the players. It has an opportunity to join that crowd is because those teams and those individual players were so great that allowed a first-year coach not having that experience to win.
Langford at any level was a consultant with the Golden State Warriors. Here's Harris on a 3. 22nd all-time. Tonight he is past Dennis Johnson, former Celtic. A Smart comes up empty again. Pritchard saves it. Parker off the win. Harden's got 16.7 assists already and 6 rebounds. Perhaps on his way to a triple-double. The big 3 on the floor now. Kevin Durant for 3 with a team like.
Yeah, it was my pleasure to play with Steve, and that's just
story changes. You fight as long as you can, and that's been the message for Brad Stevens and the Celtics leading up to tonight. As Evan Langford finding Tatum, who's left open. He'll step into a 2, and Smart with a rebound. Durant on Fournier now. Fournier looking for help. Boy, the Nets are really closing out well. This is a good defensive possession for them. Smart lets Kyrie Irving go by, and by Smart. This time no good. 4-point Brooklyn lead. And that one's back and hits one from 3-point range on the other. Irving's second 3. There goes Tatum. Oh, missed badly. Thompson hit the deck as well. Wasn't there for the offensive board. Here goes Kyrie Irving. Oh, a little sidestep. Kyrie Irving.
In the foot with bad offensive possessions, and we've got to get back on defense.
And i.e., 1, take good shots and don't squander those opportunities when you have them. And then, again, make this Brooklyn team beat you with a hand in the face.
Now, 10-point Brooklyn lead. Tatum just 4 of 16 tonight. It has been a struggle. Fournier now on Durant. Durant backs him down. Here's Joe Harris. Passed it up. Harris on the drive. Leaves it. Griffin. See if Boston has an answer here. Fournier on the take. Little runner is good. Averaging just shy of 15 in this series. Kyrie Irving. Back to Griffin.
And Blake in the middle. Once you hit that roll, you can't help off the corners, and Blake is going to be free to roll and get those opportunities.
4 fouls on Harden. Bruce Brown is in. Smart gets 1 out of 2 at the line. Brooklyn by 12. Romeo Langford trying to check Durant. Brown is open.
In the scouting report, you're not really going to have, from a defensive perspective, if you're going to help off of somebody, it's going to be after Bruce Brown, but he finds those gaps, and it's correct. 1 possession at a time. Boston on a 7-0 run, and you do that by getting stops. This time, Kyrie, the Celtics can respond with that really good ball movement we've been witnessing the last few possessions here.
Brooklyn back to a 9-point lead. Here's Tatum now. He's got Brown on him. He just backs him in, and it's Harden playing with 4 fouls. And Brown in the corner. Comes up empty. Smart with a rebound. Smart wants to push. Going after Shamet. Gives it up. Romeo Langford enter for the Celtics. Jabari Parker is out. Shot clock late here. Durant over Langford. And Durant. Fournier gives it up. Shot clock at 4. There goes Tatum. And Tatum can't finish it, but
rotation on the back line that time by the Nets. And
Shamet on a rim run. Blocked again. That's now. Shot clock is off. Got a chance for the last one here. Boston trailing by 9. Their backs up against the wall here in this 5th game of the series. Down 3-1. Facing elimination tonight. Long 2. Tatum is cash. Could be a huge, assuming Brooklyn moves on at 6-11. Claxton gets a touch here. Thompson on him. 3 quick team fouls on the Celtics as Harden
inside the paint.
There's Marcus Smart, puts one up quick, looking for a foul. Thompson kept it alive, and Boston has missed 4 free throws tonight, 14 of 18. Fournier guarding Harden, a lot of dribbling right here. Lost the handle briefly, now some movement. Here goes Harris. Harris gives it up. Claxton earlier today. All the little things that he does so well. Again, up top. Game with Kevin Durant and Nicholas Claxton. Claxton's got 6. He's got 4 rebounds. Tatum and
respond. Keep this thing within shouting distance.
Yeah, mark that one down. That's a big moment in the game right there. 8.5-minute mark. Call that is overturned. Boy, it's a turn of that initial offensive foul call. Durant rises up short. Thompson the rebound. Here come the Celtics. 8 minutes to go in regulation. Boston playing for their playoff lives. Fournier is fast. Steal. Bruce Brown snuffed it out. Gives it to Kyrie Irving. Three-pointer is good. Those 2 3-pointers. And by the way, James Harden now a triple-double. Big position. Game's close to getting away from Boston. Up top, Brown. Oh, Broklyn Nets here in this 4th quarter. They're up 17 now.
And they get focused offensively. They can hit you from so many different ways, and 2 easy piece on the chessboard around the court and allow him to get some open looks. And Joe Harris making plays again inside.
Yeah, Bruce. This is Longhorn on Longhorn crime right now. Still ends up in the hands of Kyrie Irving. Both Thompson and Durant went to the University of Texas. Thompson was 4 years behind him. Irving springs free, and so James Harden keeps it rolling here tonight. The Nets' top scorer, 34 for Harden, and on a big run since. And it's going to be the end of the line for the Celtics as Durant Nets.
You can start to talk about this next series and what it looks like with the Milwaukee.
Harden all hitting 3-pointers. And Claxton, oh, he missed the dunk. Roman scored and assisted. He's been involved in 60 of the 120 points tonight, half of them. And Langford scores against the Wizards and the Sixers tomorrow. All game 5s tomorrow, Wednesday. Don't forget, you got Lakers.
To see what happens in that lineup tomorrow evening.
Things can change in a hurry.
Yep.
For the Bucks, we saw Dante DiVincenzo hurt. He's out for the rest of the playoffs. Anthony Davis, not all tied at 2 apiece. The Suns and the Lakers in the West. And they are coming to a roar here at Barclays Center for a 34-point triple-double. Durant with 24, Kyrie Irving with 25.